Okay, let's look at our worksheets that we have for today, Thursday, March 26th. So we have our handwriting sheet, and you know what to do. I know you all don't like doing a lot of handwriting, but we've got to get neat handwriting. So you have your handwriting sheet. The other sheet is our phonics paper, okay? And you should be able to figure out what to do, but just real quick, in section 1, you have 3 sentences. You don't have to mark the words, but if you're not sure what a word says, you know in the classroom, Miss Wynn will say, go mark the word and sound it out. If you still need help, then you can ask, okay? So mark words if you need it. Underneath each sentence, you have 3 pictures. So you have to read the sentence and then choose the picture that goes with the sentence. Remember, we do that a lot when we're reading and writing. If we're choosing pictures to go with a sentence, or if we have a sentence and we have to draw a picture, we have to show in that picture what the sentence is talking about. So, for example, this one, I'll just give you the example for this first one. Mark feeds the dog. Okay, so you should kind of figure out what you're looking for in the picture. Mark feeds the dog. Okay, here he's giving the dog a bath. Is he feeding the dog? No, so that doesn't go with the sentence. Here he's feeding the dog. Let's make sure it's our best choice. And here we just have a picture of the dog. Okay, so this one is your best choice because the picture goes with what the sentence is saying. Okay, so you'll just fill in the circle. You're going to do the same for those. On the back, at the top, you have 1 row of pictures and then the bottom row of pictures, and you are matching the pictures at the top to a picture at the bottom row that has the same special sound at the beginning. For example, bridge, we hear burr. And then you're going to look down here to see which picture, when you say what it is, also has the burr special sound. Pictures are bridge, crown, fries, tree, crib, tractor, bread, fruit. Okay? Now, this part, I don't think we had something like this on a worksheet before we left, but I can't remember. So what I'm going to do is just act like this is the first time we've had this kind of thing. So we have the first 2 words in the sentence, and then the writing lines are telling us that we have some words that we need to write to finish the sentence, okay? Now, the words that you're going to use for each sentence are in these boxes under the sentence. So I'm going to cover up the bottom one. So these 3 words we're going to use to finish this sentence, but they're not in the right order. If I used these words and wrote them in this order on my writing lines, the sentence would say, Dad will grass cut the. Does that make sense? No. So you need to figure out how you can switch the order of these words and put them in order so that when you read the sentence, it makes sense. You understand it, okay? So these 3 words, you're going to switch the order and put them here. And the same with this one. These are the words you need in the sentence. You need to switch them around in a different order and write them here so that the sentence makes sense, okay? And then on our math, I put the link for our lesson about addition and subtraction because this page has a lot of addition and subtraction. Okay, so section 1, you should know what to do here. But again, we are just introducing subtraction. I think this is the second sheet maybe. And so they're showing you here how you can make your number sentences or finish the number sentence by looking at the picture. And I know these X's on these pictures can be confusing, but basically what you want to do is first pretend that X isn't even there. Then that will show you what you're starting with. So if this X wasn't there, I would be starting with 2 turtles. Okay? Here's my minus sign. That means I'm going to take something away from the 2 turtles that I have. The X is showing us what we're taking away. So I started with 2 turtles. I'm taking away 1 turtle. So I have 1 left. Okay, so these 2 boxes, you're just figuring out how many you have left. This one, you're going to make the number sentence. Remember, start off by pretending that X isn't there and seeing how many you have that you're starting with. Then the X tells you how much you're taking away. Okay, and then on the back, we have some subtraction using pennies. So don't get confused by the pennies, because you could just pretend that they are jelly beans, you know, or Unifix cubes, okay? And you know, pennies each are 1 cent. And so it's not going to be confusing like if you had nickels or dimes, but this is just a group of objects. It just so happens to be pennies. Now they've given you the example here, just like on the front. You're first going to look at these pictures and pretend that the X is not there. So you're starting with 4 pennies here, and that's your first number. There's our minus sign, we're taking away. And then you're going to look and see how many to take away, and that's why the X is on that one. So you started with 4, you're taking 1 away, you have 3 left. So here you're making your number sentences. Okay, here is number order. So you have the first number, you're missing the next number, and you have the next number after that. So you need the number that comes between the 2 numbers that are there. And then down here, they've already started. You are writing the numbers from 1 all the way to 30. Now, when you get to the end of the first row, the next number doesn't go underneath. Just like when we read from left to right. When you get to this box, your next number, you're going to write here. Okay, and there are a few numbers that are there, and that kind of helps you, because if you get to that number and it's not in the right order as you were writing, you may need to go back and check. Okay, but you're starting with 1 and you're going all the way to 30. Okay, I know you can do a good job.